Hello, I'm jashykins, and welcome to a review of the Revolution episode, The Nights the Lights Went Out in Georgia. And, as you know, it was canceled last week because the news reports about the bombing in Boston were highly more significant, and trust me, I know how much more significant a real-life event is over, a fictional TV series. However, I still didn't like the movie myself. I was like, I know why it is, and I agree with the decision. However, last night, it read this week's episode as a repeat. So my DVR didn't record because I have my DVR set to only record like 3 or 5 of any of Revolution episodes, and also not to do repeats. However, I had to watch it on demand and on HD. But anyways, on to this episode. This week, we get the world of Revolution really opened up. Throughout the entire series, we've only been in the Monroe Republic. And so, only seeing the Monroe Republic, we just assume every other country is like the one we're seeing right in front of our eyes. When we get to Georgia, the Georgia Republic, however, we see a different picture. We get to see another way that civilization can evolve, that it's not just going to evolve like the Monroe Republic, but there's really no better way to describe the Georgia Republic than a steampunk heaven. There was like the trio of Miles, Nora, and Charlie see this steam bus going by. It's like, I was like, yeah, I think some of the steampunk people that are viewing this are going like, I want to live in the Georgia Federation or whatever. And it's like, and what's great is I live there. Florida is part of the Georgia Federation. I mean, and no big deal. It's not to me to gloat. It's not that I really like steampunk so much. It's just that the Georgia Federation looks a lot better, and you get to see that the president, Kelly, doesn't think very highly of Monroe. She calls the Monroe Republic third world. So she doesn't think too much of him, and even when Miles is like, hey, he's got power to actually do more damage than you could hope to do, she's like, oh, that's nothing to worry about. I have cash and like an army, and nothing to worry about. It really shows that Kelly is very egotistical, and with good reasons. However, this blinds her from the fact that she could be in a lot of deep shit. And it also seems like Kelly and Miles have had this bad relationship because, and I was listening to Golden Spiral Media's live recording of its Revolution podcast, and I had confirmed there that she was holding a knife to, his dick. They are very proper on air, and so they didn't say dick. They were like, they served plasma like crotch. I'll say dick, whatever. And so pointing at the dick, when you do it that, it's not just saying I'm pissed off at you. It's pointing out a specific reason. It's like You're threatening a man's manhood. You're not just saying I hate you, you're pointing out a very specific reason. So yeah, she was pointing at his dick, and it's like Miles seems to have pissed off a lot of women. You know, Jack Sparrow and the Pirate of the Caribbean's movies. I haven't seen the fourth one yet, just the first three. Now Jack's always getting slapped, by women when he's coming to ports. That's what seems like it's happening to Miles. It's like he's Nora, Rachel, Kelly. I ship Milo, so Monroe. And then he's also pissed off people that consider him a father figure, like Alec. Yeah. It's like a little Broken Hearts Club, and yeah. And we actually learned a little bit more about the nanites. Now, there's some discussion on the IMDb board. Some people say it doesn't make sense why this would happen. And they bring up the fact that if it's like this thing that can cure cancer, why is it the military purposes? Well, it seems like the nanites could be used in very many different ways. One group that had, medical, another had weapons for, the energy source that would, that could help with power and would easily be weapons. And what do you think would really get more attention? It's going to be the weapons. It's just, if there had to be a choice, they'd probably think we can kill a bunch of people, and it can also save people's lives. Let's work on that too. And so Randall Flynn, he has initials RF, as many King fans know. That's always the initials Randall Flagg uses, so I might call him Flagg from time to time. Anyways, Flagg has lost his son, so of course he does something that's insane and something bad happens. So what probably happened was medical purposes. Oh, let's see if we can do an energy source. Oh, that gets more attention, like, oh, it could be used as a weapon. Misused. Now, Rachel put something in, some nanites in Danny to help him with his asthma. And that's the reason Rachel would not give up the secret of how to turn on the power. And basically the same thing happened with, I believe, Jane, who was keeping Betty alive with the nanites, so of course she wouldn't tell how to turn the power back on. Now, a lot of people may bring up that, hey, this doesn't make sense because you should think about the greater good than the people you love. And while that's more logical, a lot of people will choose their loved ones over the greater good. I don't know if it's sad or not, but that's what will happen. I've luckily never been in a situation where I had to choose loved ones over the greater good. So I don't know how it'd work out, but I know I'd like to think I'd choose the greater good, but I don't know. Yeah. Like, I'm thinking of, my fiance, Rev Reznor. Would I rather have him live and the world destroyed, or to die and have the world live? And that's a really hard choice. Really is. I don't really like thinking about it. So I can understand why these people did, not turn on the power when they could have, because their loved ones would die. And it's not until Danny's killed that Rachel is like, I need to reevaluate. So yeah. Let's see. Chewy, aka Aaron, I call him Chewy. Hey. He seems to, I don't know, I just think near the start of the winter break for this, he was so strong, and now it's like, meh. It's like, he's still strong, but he doesn't really seem to show the strength that he did before. I'm still waiting until Chewie shows his awesome strength again. Yeah. And Monroe is, of course, going more and more insane. He kills other general or someone of high ranking because he's paranoid that that guy will betray him. So, yeah, Monroe's going insane. Yeah. Anyways, Revolution, the night the lights went out in Georgia. Very well done episode. I think the highlight of this episode must be the expanding of our worldview of the world of Revolution. Because what's great is now we have a different outlook, because before we thought, oh, everything's like the Monroe Republic, when it isn't, and that's really good to see. And it would be awesome to see what, if the show continues on, about what the other countries are like. Anyways, I have been Jashykins, owner at jashykins.blogspot. If you want to contact me for whatever fucking insane reason, you can do so at Facebook at facebook.com/jashykins fan page, on Twitter at jashykins, or my Tumblr, personal Tumblr, jashykins.tumblr.com. There's a link on my Tumblr, other blogs that show you what other blogs I run on Tumblr. And if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe, like, blah, 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 blah. If you're viewing this on my blog, thank you just for watching. Comment below, share, and hey, look around on my blog. I have other shit I do here, besides these wonderful vlogs. And until next video, goodbye.